I got your papers.
Yeah, man. Well, I can't bloody see them.
I mean, what else is new?
I've got to get my eyes checked.
I know you do.
I've said it for 2 years now. I've got to go get my eyes checked. Jen just brought a card for me to download the...
We'll get your eyes checked one day. Put your readers on.
Shall we?
Let's. Welcome to Fish and Brits, the very British podcast from very Floridian America, where we break down the strange things that happen both sides of the pond,
Make sense of our lives as Brits amongst the USA locals, answer your burning questions,
and dust off our ever-failing memories of life back in England. I'm Adam Graham, and I'm happy to be back.
And I'm Wayne Ruffley, and I need to crack my back.
Yeah, you
do.
do.
Oh, my God, man.
Your neck was going in the car on the way over.
I don't know what's going on. You know what? I stopped going to chiropractors. I got addicted for about a little minute there.
You did, and then you realize you have to pay for them.
Yeah, and it was... How much?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I do need alignment, but oh, my goodness.
We're clicking like a rhythm section.
Carrying you around.
Hey, there you go. Well, we are here. Season 2. We are back. We hope you're doing well. We are thrilled to be back in the studio with you. Mate, how have you been?
I've been pretty good.
Yeah?
I mean, it was a busy holiday. Of course, we did our Christmas special.
We did.
Which, thank you so much to everybody who listened, and it was very successful. We were very happy with it.
Oh, we had a great time with that one.
It was one of our favorite ones to do, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's one of the... We were just talking about this, actually. That's one of the only episodes... I can't listen to myself. I hate it. That's one of the only episodes... I know. That's one of the only episodes I've actually listened to a couple of times.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. So we knocked that out, and then it just went crazy for the. I think we talked about it in past episodes on how the holidays get very busy for us with the fairgrounds and all stuff.
Oh yeah,
but man, did they get busy?
Oh, it got busy.
You got some new exciting stuff going on.
Yep.
I had some extra gigs come in. It was like, what is happening?
And the big emotional weight of the fact that after 15 years. You and I are not working every day together again.
Yeah, that's a sad time. Did we have to bring that up right away?
Well, let's get it out of the way, because you'll get into it. Usually when we get into these, how's your week been? We already know how each other's week's been. Now, we don't know.
We've not got a clue what's going on.
We've not got a clue. I've only seen you a couple of times this year.
Yeah, it's been a bit odd.
Mostly with a drink in our hand.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best part of it.
That's the best part of it.
It's been a bit crazy. You're off doing a new adventure.
That's right. Let's use the fairgrounds metaphor. I've moved to a different ride, a different sideshow, shall we say.
Yeah. Sideshow's a good word for that, actually.
It isn't it?
It's a pretty good word. And I stuck with the same old. So...
You're holding down the fort.
I am literally holding down the fort.
The world rests on your shoulders. You need to have a word with someone about that, mate. I
do. I need to win the Powerball. Yeah, no, it's been really good. It's been a crazy couple of months. Of course, like we just said, we're doing new things, which is always great, and this has been great.
It has. And speaking of new things, as I say, we are back. This is the first episode of season 2, and we've got something brand new for you this season. A couple of you have joined already. Patreon is up and live. Patreon, you can go to www.patreon.com/fishnbrits, and you have 3 different categories where you can choose from and become a next level member of the Fish and Bricks clan here. That's Scottish, not anything else. Yeah. Let's set that. You've got 3 levels. You got the Scotch egg level, the fish and chips level, and the Scotch level. Not to be confused with the Scotch egg. You go from egg into a liquor just there. But just on the Scotch egg level, $5 a month. You get a website shout out. You get the Word of the Week mini episodes. We are doing 1 little episode a week from the luxury of our own living rooms.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. And early live events. Live events. Keep an eye out in 2025 for those. And a category of backstage information called Backstage Banter, where we put up that backstage thing of our doing our New Year's Eve video.
Mate, for something we said, that'll take 5 minutes.
Oh, that was the most difficult thing we've done this whole season. We got through. If you've not been on there, go onto that one, because we recorded this whole great thing, and we got back inside. You left for your house. I left inside mine.
Mm-hmm.
And no audio after the first intro. Yeah. We literally go, all right, are we good? Are we getting set up? We're good. And here we go. Nothing.
Yeah, I'm driving home, and I go, hey, mate, I'm almost home. How did it look at?
Bollocks.
No audio, mate.
Not a thing.
I had to spin the car around, go back to the house.
You did, and we only had a finite amount of sparklers as well.
Oh, yeah. So there's a couple of outtakes that you'll get if you go on the Patreon.
Oh, we've got pyrotechnics, we've got the whole 9 yards on that
like
one.
idiots.
So patreon.com/fish and Brits for just $5 a month. You can see even more of our idiocy and get exclusive episodes weekly. What else we got going? It's been a busy week. We had the Super Bowl this week.
Did have the Super Bowl. Did you watch the whole game? We kind of touched base on it, but did you watch the whole game?
I actually did watch the whole game. I enjoy the Super Bowl. I'm a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't fully understand American football, but I can get the concept behind it, and I enjoy it.
Yeah, I only usually watch the Super Bowl, and a lot of our friends, they're huge football fans.
Yeah.
And so I get to hear some of the banter between them, but I just don't know the rules. I've never gone, you know what, let's sit down and read the rules. I can't be bothered.
Right.
I haven't got time for it. But we always watch the Super Bowl, and it's the time of the year where my wife turns into a college dude. What are you talking about? I'm like, what are you talking about? What,
right.
She stands up and she's getting... Yeah, she gets a bit crazy with
I'm
the Super
sure
Bowl.
your wife will be loved being called a dude first episode in.
I mean, that's her nickname at home.
Dude?
Hey, dude.
All right,
Hey, dude.
well, fair enough.
Love you, dude.
2025 equality.
I do love you, dude, by the way.
But yeah, it was good. I mean, it was a good game. The halftime show I watched some of. Well, I watched the main part of that one. Commercials were fun. Adverts in England.
Yeah, not as good. I didn't think they were as good as the past, though.
No, but I did.
The Harrison Ford one was my favorite one.
Oh, Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Seal was
a good one.
If you're listening in England and you don't know what we're talking about, listen. YouTube Seal as a Seal from the Super Bowl, and the I don't even know what he was advertising.
I don't know.
Was it Mountain Dew?
Yeah.
Producer Owen says it's Mountain Dew. We'll trust him on that one.
Oh, yeah, Owen's here as well, by the way, everybody.
Yeah, hi, Owen.
Hi, Owen.
We're back in your house, mate. We're kicking you out once a week.
Where he knows how to get the audio right.
That's right. There you go. But yeah, take a look for that. Great commercials, adverts for the Super Bowl. It was a good time. Didn't have any chicken wings, though. That's the thing they eat here. No.
Yeah, we didn't get much in either. I just kind of was a weird night. I just watched it, to watch it. Me and the kiddo.
Maybe we'll cover it in a future episode, because I know some of our British listeners are interested in American football. And,
my mate Andy's, he's always on the Super Bowl.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a little comparison in the future episodes. Maybe we'll do a sports week.
Yeah, okay.
Because that leads us into a little new concept for us this year. We're having a little theme for each week to theme in with some of our elevenses and our wildcard section later on in the episode. This week, we're going to be having a moan. Featured on our recent appearance on the Tom and Dan, a corporate time with Tom and Dan, a great show here in Florida and across the US on the iHeartRadio channel. We summed up British enjoyment as just sitting down, nice and relaxed, and having a moan.
Yeah.
So we decided to run with that this week, and this is Having a Moan week. We are starting strong, season 2, by complaining and bitching about whatever we can.
Can we say pissing and moaning as we do in England?
Pissing and moaning. Right. There you go.
Pissing and moaning.
That's it. First curse word, 8 minutes in. Is that a curse word?
No, it's not.
Pissing and moaning, isn't it?
No, I don't think so.
All right, we'll go with pissing and moaning.
Not American, that's where we are, so we'll count it as no.
We'll have it. So we're back, and you know what we do with each episode? We start back with a little... elevenses time. Bing bong bing. I've missed these bells. You know why?
Why?
Because it usually means we're having a bevy.
Which we haven't been.
We haven't. No, you and I haven't touched a drop since the last time we recorded.
I mean, together.
Actually, that's not true. About an hour ago, we had a pint in the pub.
Well, yeah, on the way here.
On the way here, we had our production meeting.
I've had a bit of a day, so we were like, let's have a quick little...
And then we went to a little dive bar earlier on in the week while we were doing our scripting session.
Oh, yeah.
That was good. The Crown Lounge here in Claremont. 65 years old.
Yeah, we went back to 1965, I think, didn't we?
And the rest.
Grief, what a bar, man.
It was like walking into a bar in Wisconsin in the 50s.
That's what I was telling him. Yeah. So
fantastic.
He goes, right, we're going to a place. I go,
so
okay.
We've never been before. Let's go.
Yeah, he goes, we're going to go to a place that's like, it's like in the 1950s. I go,
I'd seen it on Facebook. I'd seen it on the Instagram.
And he goes, hang on, you can't have a hat on. Because I always wear a baseball hat. I've got a baseball hat on all the time.
Yeah.
And I go, what do you mean you can't wear a hat? He goes, you can't wear a hat.
Says on the rules, you can't go in.
Okay, what kind of place are we going to? You'll see. And we walk in, and it's like 1970s. Okay, so I was mentioning to Adam, my wife was like, I've always wanted to go there because it's going to remind me of Kenosha, Wisconsin. I'm like, that's exactly where I was.
Right.
I was in Kenosha, Wisconsin. They're still smoking in the bar. There's ashtrays on the bar.
Yeah. And you know,
oh my God.
You know how you see something online and you're like, it's never going to look like that in real life. Yeah. Looked like that in real life.
It was
Christmas lights up year round.
We're going back.
We're going back. Oh, it's great.
Our friend is a bartender there, so we'll be all right.
There you go. Yes. All right. So 11ses for this week. What have we done in the past? Run off some things. We've had some British beers.
Yeah, we've had some British food.
We've had a bit of Scotch.
Snacks.
We've had Iron Brew. We've done the Scottish.
Yeah.
We've done a bit of Ireland with the Guinness.
Yeah.
Today we're going to do an old favourite.
Smithwick's.
No, we didn't do Smithwick's.
Oh, we haven't?
No, I don't think so.
We're going to do Smithwick's.
We're going back to an old favourite for episode 1.
Oh!
I'm bringing out
the fancy
whiskey glasses.
Oh,
Pick your glass.
Oh my gosh! I'll take the top one because I can
take
reach
the top
it.
one. Then you can go. Owen, have you got your glass?
Oh dear.
Now you may have got the hint on this one. We've done some British. We've done some English. We've done some Scottish. We've done some Irish. Who knew Welsh whiskey was a thing?
Oh, look at the dragon on that thing.
Oh, yes. Penderyn single malt Welsh whiskey.
Don't ever do that accent again.
I know.
That's pretty good, actually. It was
I went to Total Wine.
Wow.
To look for an English whiskey.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm like, we'll do something for this one. And he went, we don't have an English one. And he's going through all the lists. And he's got Japanese, Canadian, American, Welsh. I go, wait, what? Welsh? It's a thing.
Wow.
There's about 3 distilleries in Wales. We've not opened this. You can see this is brand new.
Look at the bottle.
I know. This is a beautiful bottle.
This is full Game of Thrones.
And so it is. And so we thought that in honor of not having done Wales represented in our 11s and the fact that producer Owen heralds from the land of sheep, we would crack open a Welsh Scotch to start off with. I have the tasting notes up here. Let me pull this one up. Whiskey and Wales.
Wow, this is fun.
It says, Welsh whiskey is a story of difference and entrepreneurship. When asked if people truly understand Welsh whiskey, Penderyn, that's what we've got here, chief executive, responded, not really. Great. I just love that already. Not really.
Not really.
There is it 2 or 3? I can't get a final count on it, but there's only 2 or 3 distilleries making Welsh whiskey in the whole of Wales. But
Did it pop when you opened that? Then?
Oh, bloody hell. That's different. I've just smelled the cork, so to speak. Let's have a little pour on this one.
Does it smell like coal?
It doesn't. It smells sweet as anything.
I wish I could read Welsh.
Oh,
Hiraeth.
Borada. Yeah.
Hiraeth is a Cymraegan Welsh word pronounced as Hiraeth. Oh, I said it right.
Give you a glass.
Hiraeth.
Oh, is this the Hiraeth?
Yeah, the Welsh have their own language. Can you speak any Welsh, Owen?
No.
Not a thing. He will after this. Let me put this bottle down.
That means good health to
Hang
the
on, let me
Welsh
put
and not the English,
Let me
apparently.
put the cap back on, because otherwise we'll be going to be...
I can't remember it now. My dad would kill me.
What else have we got here? Welsh whiskey must be made from Welsh water and must be distilled, matured for a minimum of 3 years and bottled in Wales. Welsh whiskey possesses a lightness of character akin to other New World whiskies. So...
It's a lovely golden
beg
colour.
pardon. There are currently 7, not 3, 7 whiskey distilleries in Wales.
I guess we've got 6 more bottles coming.
That's it. Oh, but that's why it says 3, because Penderyn owns most of them, and they're opening an 8th soon. So here we go. Cheers.
Cheers. I'm having a smell first.
That's lovely.
That is sweet.
It's almost got like a banana smell to it.
Does it? Hold on.
That's quite nice. Good on you, Wales. That's really good. I'm genuinely amazed at how much I like that.
Listen, I'm going to be wrecked by the end of this. Just
Good,
so we all know.
as you should.
Wow, that's good.
This distillery, Penderyn, was formed only 20 years ago.
Wow.
Even drinkers in Taiwan now talk about Welsh whiskey.
Oh.
This should serve as an inspiration for all new distilleries, many which have yet to be discovered. Good for them.
Nice.
Very good water in Wales.
Very good water in Wales? Is that right?
Penderyn.
Oh,
Penderyn
okay.
Distillery in Wales.
That makes sense.
Boyo.
Well, there we go. That is the elevenses. We thought we'd do that, so we've covered all our aisles.
Thanks for that, mate. That's great. That's a great case. I might get a thing of that just to put in the house.
There you go, Owen. That should belong to you. Do you want the case for it? The tin?
Yeah.
There you go. All right. That'll get us warm. That's elevenses.
Wow, cheers. That's good.
Starting out strong there. My goodness. We're going to be...
We're going to be stripping the paint off these walls.
I hope the driver's outside ready for us.
Old Charles. Is that what I called him last
Charles
time?
the driver.
Charles
Beep,
the driver.
beep. Yep, that's the one. Well, good for you. There we are.
Wow, cheers, everybody.
And after elevenses, as we know, we do get into the time where we should check the news headlines. Oh, I hope there's been a lot of news.
Coming to you live from Owen's wonderful studio.
Full of Welsh whiskey.
Welsh whiskey. It's Adam with the news.
There you go.
I almost forgot to do that.
Honestly, I'm still blown away by how good that is.
It's pretty tasty.
That's really nice. Do excuse me while I have another...
Have another swig. Have another swig, boyo.
Oh, boy, oh. Have you
The
been to
Welsh are going to get mad at us.
Have you
for
been to
saying
Wales?
Oh, many times. Yeah, I used to holiday there. I used to go to. In fact, I've just found out. There's some news. Colomendy was a school camp that I used to go to with my school, and they're actually closing this year. If they haven't closed already, I think they've actually just closed.
Yeah,
it's been there for years. So basically, it's a camp for school kids to go. Your school will take you, and you go for like a week or a couple of days, a long weekend.
Oh, we had some of those, not in Wales, but yeah.
Yeah, and it was called Colomendy, and I had some of the best times there. I was actually fortunate enough to go like 3 times. Like, you're supposed to just go once.
Right.
But because of how the school year
But because
stuff
you
works,
got held back every year.
Listen, I wasn't going to say that. No, I didn't. You not bet. But anyway, I got to go 3 times. One says like the actual trip.
Right.
Then the second was like a bonus trip because I guess a lot of people didn't sign up or whatever.
Right.
And then the third year I was kind of like a chaperone to go with the younger kids.
I'm sorry, you as a chaperone.
Tell me about it. You know what I mean? I
you're
got to sign up
responsible.
for it and go. But I loved it. We'd go to and climb Movama, the biggest peak in Wales.
Isn't that a Disney film?
Movama, and then you
That's
go.
the one with the rock, isn't it? Movana?
No, that's Moana.
Oh, all right, fair enough.
So we go there and we climb that, and then you'd go and do Devil's Gorge and look for fossils.
Oh yes, our school did Devil's Gorge. I
Yeah,
remember
Devil's
that.
Gorge, and you go and rock, and you crack a rock open, and sometimes be an actual fossil in there. That's crazy.
One of those Pedialites
And,
in there. No, it's a
sorry,
drink, isn't
what?
it? Pedialite.
Yeah, Pedialyte.
What do you call it? The fossil things.
Pedialyte.
Pedialite.
That's all I've got in my head now.
Crack open a rock and there's a
That's
Pedialite
where I
in
learned
there.
about stalactites and stalagmites. I learned that in Devil's Gorge.
Do you know which way's which?
Stalactite is the long, downy one, and the I can't say the word now. I've just said it.
Stalactite.
Is
stalagmite.
Yeah, that's the
I had a
one.
teacher who taught, it was his geography teacher. Mr. Davis, his name was. He was Welsh.
Oh, was he?
He was Welsh. And he says, now then, I want you to know how you're going to remember stalactites and stalagmites.
Oh, why was he from?
Because he was from Wales.
why
Shut
was
up.
he from the Cayman Islands?
It's Trinidad. It's the same thing. Gentlemen, remember, tights go down.
All right, now you're starting to sound like you know who. But
Fabulous. I got chills.
yeah.
We'll cut that bit out.
Oh, mate. But yeah, I had a great time in Colomendy, and it was like, chalets and all that stuff. I think I've got pictures of me, and I've got pictures of me there. Do you want me to send them to put on the Instagram?
I'll see a picture.
By the
of
way,
you
go
with
to
a
our
stalactite.
Instagram page, like and subscribe. Go to all the social medias. We're on everything.
Oh yeah, do us
Cheap
a favor,
plug.
like everything. Oh, we need some reviews as well.
Yeah,
where
reviews,
were we?
Review us. Give us some stuff.
Let's
hey,
get back
how about the
on it.
news?
How about the news? Because we started that about 5 minutes
with
ago.
the news.
We're back with the news. As this is good old moaning and complaint week,
Oh, yeah.
I've got from The Guardian, woman who did not get leaving card loses UK employment claim. Karen Conahan, of course her name's Karen, brought 40 complaints to tribunal, including for harassment and victimization, because she was not given a leaving card when she left her job. I mean, that's brilliantly British on that one.
And nobody liked her.
Well, here's the thing. A woman who sued her former employer over not being given a leaving card lost her case when it was revealed it had been hidden from her after only 3 people signed it.
Sounds familiar.
Karen Conahan claimed that the failure to acknowledge her existence at the parent company of British Airways was a breach of equality law. However, a former colleague told an employment tribunal that managers had indeed bought a card, but did not present it to Karen because of the low number of signatures. The judge, Kevin Palmer, said he believed it would have been more insulting to give her the card than to not give her a card at all.
Wow.
It was, that's... Imagine going to court because you didn't get a leaving card.
Yeah, and you did, but no one signed it. That's
it. Imagine complaining halfway through your last day at a particular place that you did not get any sort of leaving card, only to then be taken out into the kitchen at work when someone's got... Oh, wait,
here it is.
That was me at the start of January, wasn't it?
yeah, you.
And that's proof that this is very British. Oh,
nobody signed it.
No, when I left you, I'm like, I thought they'd do something.
Oh,
Yeah, no, mate. Oh, that's bollocks. And then off we go into the kitchen.
Yeah. I knew it was happening. I knew it was all happening.
Oh, so there we go. Poor old Karen didn't get her card.
Oh, poor Karen.
Karen, a former business liaison lead, brought 40 complaints against the company for victimization and unfair dismissal.
Bloody hell.
If you are unfairly dismissed, should you get a card?
No.
Jog on,
Karen.
If you are dismissed for any reason.
Yeah, no, you get nothing other than fired.
Oh, goodness.
Bye. There's the door.
The judge dismissed every claim,
concluding
that Karen, who started working at the company in 2019, had adopted a conspiracy theory mentality, mistaking normal workplace interactions for harassment. Now, obviously, we have to disclaim, if there is genuine harassment in a workplace, that's not something we stand for, and we'd go to the ends of the earth with you for that. But a bloody card that you didn't get on your last...
It sounds like she's just having a moan about it. 40 complaints.
Having a moan.
If I've got 5 complaints, guess what? I'm getting a new job.
Right.
40 complaints.
In one claim... Oh, this is great. In one claim, she said a colleague had copied her use of the word whiz, W-H-I-Z, Z, in a card for a colleague, but corrected her spelling by writing whiz with 2 Z's, Z's instead.
What?
She said another employee had asked her, "Are you taking the piss, Karen?" The tribunal heard this was after Karen suggested she had done all of the hard work, and it was his turn to do some. Brilliant. Judge Palmer said that although further signatures were gathered on the leaving card after her departure, a former colleague took the view that it was inappropriate to send such a card to her at a later date, as she had raised a grievance against him and another colleague. There you go. That's don't burn your bridge on the way out, Karen.
Yeah. What?
That's Queen of Moaning right there.
Oh, yeah.
Fabulous.
Well, 40 complaints, yeah. What is she... I want to know what the 40 complaints were.
Let me see.
Is there a list or anything that she says?
No, it just says many of the acts cited in the claim either did not happen, or if they did happen, they were innocuous. That's a tough word after some Welsh whiskey. Innocuous.
Can you spell it?
IT.
Oh, yeah.
Innocuous interactions in the normal course of employment. He said there was no evidence to suggest that any of Karen's allegations were indicative of her view of normal interactions being something more sinister.
Indicative.
In another unrelated case, that's the word. In another unrelated case earlier this year, an employment tribunal judge ruled that sending an employee an unwanted birthday card could amount to harassment. So we were doing so well there, England, and then we just had to finish it out.
What the heck?
An employment judge
I don't want a birthday
ruled
card from you.
Sending an employee an unwanted birthday card could amount to harassment.
Wow. I don't like you. Why did you send me a card?
And this is the sort of stuff that annoys me, because this is what dilutes the water for genuine issues in a workplace.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Karen. And I'm not just saying that for harassment. It's because your name's bloody Karen.
Yeah.
So that's
She's
the new...
going to come after us now.
Oh, she is.
Don't say her name on the thing.
Well, I've already done that.
We'll delete that.
Be all right.
Edit that out.
Yeah, we won't say Karen Conahan. Very good. That is the
Spelled
new...
C-U-N...
Steady on. Our mothers listen.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. But that leads us into our theme of the week of sitting, having a moan quietly. And I don't think there's anyone better than you and I to sit and have a good moan.
Well, you.
Well, you, I mean, really.
Yeah, no, you moan a lot.
No, I mean, you're the best moaner of this whole lot.
I am a moaner.
You are a moaner.
I've always got an issue with something, haven't I?
Yeah, that's
now
it.
Now that you've said it out loud.
I will, but
it's always true. It's always right.
And half the time it's me.
Yeah.
So we're doing well. But I thought I would get us started because you and I had a little away trip recently. You may have seen this on the Instagrams. We went down to Miami to work with a company down there and see some nice Porsches.
How good was that trip?
Oh, it was lovely. It was literally.
It was amazing.
To give you the backstage on this one, we got booked by our friend Robbie to go down to Miami to play British hecklers with a pint in our hand of Porsche cars.
Yeah, I mean, do I want to do that or not?
It's not a stretch.
It's like, sign me up. I'm calling in.
Because they paid us as well.
Oh, my. And did they?
Yeah, they did.
I won't talk you down to what we wanted.
No, but I was your agent on that one, wasn't I?
It was amazing.
We got taken down on the train. We got sat up in this beautiful, all-inclusive party. We got told, drink and eat what you want, and take the mick out of people.
Oh, it was
for
great.
The whole day.
It was great.
We got to sit down. I got a Guinness jersey out of it because I said I didn't have costume. So that was great.
Well, you didn't have costume.
No,
so
I didn't.
It worked
so
out
I got
great.
it covered. That's the story, and I'm sticking to it,
Robbie. Thanks,
Robbie. But it was good, wasn't it?
Mate, it was one of those, what are we doing here? What is going on here?
Yeah. I mean, you and I were schmoozing with the owner of one of the top vineyards in California.
Oh, yeah. He was lovely, too, because he's been to England, and do you remember the team that his friend was a part owner of?
Was it Sheffield? It might have been.
I don't remember.
No, it was. I do remember. It was Norwich.
It
was Norwich.
Yeah. So one of his good friends is a part owner of Norwich, and he was like, I go to the games every time I go to England. So then we started talking about football and soccer, and oh man, it was.
And this is a multi-millionaire sat there chatting to us.
You know when you're around somebody that's got money, you're like, oh, this guy's filthy rich. That was every person we met. Every person we met. Do you remember the name of the guy that looked like Pitbull?
I think it was Pitbull, wasn't it?
No, well, I mean, we were our other. There was two other friends that joined us, Alex and Kyle, and I'm sitting here with Alex, and I go,
he didn't have to think about that. He was just swallowing hard.
What? Anyway, I'm talking to Alex, and he goes, "Is that Pitbull?" I go, "What?" Well, we're in Miami, and this is like Billionaire Row here, and we're looking at this guy, and he looked like Pitbull. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I remember.
Was his name
I remember not
Sergio?
Sounds about right.
Anyway, he was fantastic, and he comes over to us, and he's having a chit chat. And obviously we were being characters, as being performers we are, and the whole
playing
thing
ourselves. We didn't even change our names.
Oh yeah, we didn't. I was Wayno, and Adam, and the other two. And so he's talking to us, and we're supposed to play it up like we're supposed to be there, right? And the owner, who was also fantastic, that guy. Do you remember his name as well?
Yeah, absolutely. But I don't think we should say it on the podcast.
Oh yeah, we shouldn't. But anyway, his main thing was, listen, don't. We want you guys to blend in. We don't want anybody to know that you're, performers here. So okay, so we stuck to the rules and all that stuff. And the Sergio guy starts questioning us, and we're like, oh, what's going on here? and he goes, my friends, may I ask you, how are you even here today? How are you? Because this is an exclusive. We're talking exclusive club. I think it's like. Didn't he say it's like $350,000 just to have a meeting with the owner?
Yeah, just to get in. The initiation is that much.
$350,000,
and then it's between 30 and 80,000. I don't remember the number.
And then
each year.
And then he's the one that says, "Yeah, okay, you can go here," or he goes, "Yeah, I don't think you're gonna fit, but thank you for your time." $350, Yeah. And then it's $38,000 a year to re-up your fees to go to this place, right? And we're going, what? So anyway, we're talking to Sergio.
Puts an annual pass into perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah. And he goes, and so this Sergio, we'll call him Sergio. I'm pretty sure that was his name. Anyway, and he asks us, how did you get here? And my brain goes, none of us talked about what are we doing here? How did we get here?
No.
And I just went, we went on the radio.
Didn't we?
And he goes, you won this on the radio? And I go, Yeah, man. 10th caller. Unbelievable. Right, Adam? And he goes, yeah, that's how we did it. We won it on the radio.
It was a podcast called Fish and Brits.
Yeah, and then he was just like, oh, man, it was great. And he was like, oh, my God, this is amazing. I'm glad you get to be here and I get to meet you. It's wonderful. That guy was billionaire.
I mean, yeah.
Billionaire.
He smelt like money.
They had, and
barbecue.
So, okay, let's do some more background on it. The whole thing was all Porsche. Every car there was a Porsche. They were all racing them around the track. And they tell us, like, some of these cars are actually for sale. Like, they are? Oof, I've got a $5 in my pocket. And so I go, okay,
Do you?
Yeah, so what's going on over here? And he goes, okay, the one guy is telling us, have a guess of what you think the cheapest car on the lot is. I don't know. He goes, 350,000. So I think, what? And then there's this other car. It was gorgeous. I think we put it on the socials.
Oh, the green one?
The green one?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to a story of Wayne, who's now been drinking for 4 hours, because not only was it like, have a beer and hang out, it was constantly top your drink off.
And it was, let's take you on the train so you're okay to get back.
Yeah, you're not driving anywhere, so just drink. Drink, eat the food. We're gonna deep dive this. I didn't know you were bringing this up, but this was an amazing gig.
I wasn't. I've got so much planned that we're just bypassing.
I'm going to fast forward real quick because so I go to I'm doing a bit with this guy at the car. I've got a pint glass that Adam had brought.
We don't need to do car week anymore.
Right, and so we're do it.
You're fine. Carry on. Get on with it.
Anyway, so I've got this pint glass. So I'm swinging this glass around. Fast forward, bit of a break. Come off the break, and this guy stood there by the green car again. So I walk over. I think I'll do the same bit I just did. I walk over. And it turns out to be the owner of the car. And he tells me, he goes, how much do you think the car's worth? I go, I don't know, 350,000. He goes, try $500,000. I go, what the? This car's half. So my brain rewinds back to me swinging that pint glass around that car.
Yeah, bad idea.
Oh, yeah, but it was a great gig. It was a great time, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, the hooligans are more than welcome to go back down there anytime they want to.
You and I drank champagne out of a pint glass with a straw.
We did.
Because we're classy. But
anyway,
on the
thanks
way,
to Robbie for that. Was a good
on
time.
the way down there, you and I caught a complaint in the wild. The best Britishism in the world. We'd literally just been talking to the people we were working with about the podcast and about British antics and the way of dealing with things. And this is a direct quote because I wrote it down right there.
I forgot about this. So you just pulled your phone up, but go ahead.
This is before I fell asleep. We're sitting there in a beautiful train, clean as anything. It's picked us up from a beautiful terminal, taken us all the way down there.
A bright line.
Stunning train.
Oh,
beautiful.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Of course, we get sat next to the British group of 4 people.
Oh, yeah. Unbelievable.
At which one of the 2 girls there was 2 guys, 2 girls, we'll call them Sharon and Tracy, goes, oh, it's quite slow, isn't it? It's not like ours in England. Got to compare everything to England. That was within 5 minutes of them sitting down.
It wasn't even that.
It's like we haven't pulled out the bloody station yet.
Yes, we're leaving the terminal. Oh, it's not as fast as our trains in England.
You wouldn't get it like this in England, would you?
In England.
So once again, we implore you, if you are coming over to stop comparing everything to England. I know that is our entire gimmick for this podcast. So let the professionals do it.
Yeah, thank you.
That's it.
We laughed.
But
we laughed.
And then I turned around and said to you, because I wrote this down because it was funny, and I've never said anything funny. England, the country that invaded every other country and then complained that it's not like England. It's accurate.
It's true.
It's the most accurate
Nailed
thing
it
in
on the
world.
head.
I'm sitting there in pre-production for this going, what can I do for complaining in England? How can we develop this storyline? The best complaint letter.
Oh.
The British can complain like nothing else. We are the best at it. It drives my... I scared her once when I complained in Bath and Body Works. That's a candle shop here.
What are you doing?
Well, I was buying candles,
I'm
wasn't I?
I'm not going to ask that question.
But I can complain like nobody's... But I am a master at passive aggression. Or so I thought. Until the Virgin Atlantic in-flight food letter directly sent to Richard Branson.
Oh.
This is very long, so I'm just going to bump through some of the key points here.
Go.
This letter comes from... Who's it from? From a gentleman called Oliver Beale. Terribly British name.
Oh, yeah. Hello, Oliver.
Dear Mr. Branson, I love the Virgin brand. I really do, which is why I continue to use it despite a series of unfortunate incidents over the last few years. This latest incident takes the biscuit. Ironically, by the end of the flight, I would have gladly paid over 1,000 rupees for a single biscuit, following the culinary journey of hell I was subjected to at the hands of your corporation. Posts a picture with the comment underneath, "Look at this, Richard. Just look at it." I imagine the same questions are racing through your brilliant mind as we are racing through mine on that fateful day. What is this? What have I been given? Why have I been given it? What have I done to deserve this? And which one is the starter and which one is the dessert? You don't get a position like yours, Richard, with anything less than a generous sprinkling of observational power, so I know you will have spotted the tomato next to the 2 yellow shafts of sponge on the left. Yes, it's next to the sponge shaft without the green paste. That's got to be the clue, hasn't it? No sane person would save a dessert with a tomato, would they? I mean, this might be my new monologue.
I want Sponge Shaft on a t-shirt.
That's it. That's our fan group, the Sponge Shafters. Well, answer me this, Richard. What sort of animal would serve a dessert with peas in it? I know it looks like a bargee, but it's custard, Richard. Custard. It must be the pudding. Well, you'll be fascinated to hear it wasn't custard. It was a sour gel with clear oil on top. Its only redeeming feature was that it managed to be so alien to my palate that it took away the taste of the curry emanating from our miscellaneous central cuboid of beige matter. Perhaps the meal on the left might be the dessert after all. I mean, this goes on and on and on. By now, I was actually starting to feel a little hypoglycemic. I needed a sugar hit. Luckily, there was a small cookie provided. It had caught my eye earlier due to its baffling presentations. It appears to be in an evidence bag from the scene of a crime against bloody cooking, is how it's written.
Wow.
Either that or some sort of backstreet underground cookie purchased off a gun-toting maniac high on his own supply of yeast. I mean, this is fantastic. This goes on and on and on.
Well, you're going to have to put that link up for people to read.
I will. Richard, what is that white stuff? It looked like it was going to be yogurt. It finally dawned on me what it was after staring at it. It was a mixture between the bargee custard and the mustard sauce. It reminded me of my first week at university. I had overheard you could make a drink by mixing vodka and refreshers. I lied to my new friends and told them I'd done it loads of times. When I attempted to make the drink in a big bowl, it formed a cheese, Richard, a cheese. The cheese looked like your bargee mustard. This is a work of art. As far as complaints go, this is...
Wow. Richard!
That's why my voice is going. It's turning into Hyacinth Bouquet from Keeping Up Appearances. Yeah. So there we go. We're going to put that up.
Wow.
I love that so much.
Wow. That's a complaint.
That is a complaint. The British can complain and moan like nothing else.
Why is he paying in rubies also?
Well, because it was a flight from India.
Oh, right, yeah. I missed that bit.
You know, the other country we took over and, yeah.
And complained about?
And complained
it's
about.
Too hot here.
That's it. Oh,
that's what happened.
It is.
What are we doing here? It's too hot here.
It's too hot. What are we doing? Oh. Get your pith helmet. And then, of course...
Why is he wearing a towel?
But then, of course, took everything back with us and made the chicken tikka masala the British national dish, which is still ridiculous to me to this day. I'm like,
Wowie.
Poor Indians. All right, so that's... We can say that.
Yeah.
That's all right. Because that's where they're from, India.
Yeah.
Right. So there you go. That is your moaning for the week. Good moaning.
Good moaning to you.
What was that from?
Good moaning.
No, good moaning. No, it was Allo Allo. You ever remember that one?
Oh, yeah. Allo Allo Campas?
No, that's Heidi High.
That's the different one. Heidi High.
Same producers, different... No, Allo Allo was the French resistance.
Yes.
And there was the British policeman. Good moaning.
Good moaning.
If you haven't heard that, then that made no sense to you, but it's hilarious.
Look it up. That's what we're here for. Educational purposes.
That's it. Allo,
teaching
Allo.
you British shows.
Allo.
Can you find that anywhere anymore?
Yeah, absolutely. It's on BritBox. It's on BritBox, as all good things are. But sponsor, let's see please. If they could sponsor us, that would be great.
I'll send an email.
But with that, it is time to go to the listener questions.
Oh.
And which means it's time for a sing-along.
Oh. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. We didn't do it for Christmas. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat. Early in the morning, just as day is dawning, he picks up all the post bags in his van. Lovely. Excuse me? What do you do?
That was the cat.
Step on a frog.
And I stepped on a duck.
It was a duck.
Yeah, my mother-in-law just told me yesterday she's excited to hear season 2 because she often sings Postman Pat now.
I've had a few people say that.
Yeah, that's good.
I love that we can never sing along.
So they bust us for the copyright?
No, we haven't been busted on YouTube yet, so we're fine. I guess we're all right.
Be all right.
But it is time to dive into your listener questions, fresh off the hands of producer Owen, handed them over to us. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, we're sticking with 3. You may have seen a little bit of a format change with some of our things. We are testing and adjusting. Let us know what you think. But we are going in straight in with 3 questions. What do we got? Let me do a speed read so we know. Talk amongst yourselves for a second.
I don't see it here. Oh, here it is.
Do you need your glasses?
No, I do need glasses.
You do need glasses. Do you
want my glasses? Bad, man. It's getting bad. It's the close-up stuff. I get all fuzzy.
Well, don't hold your hand so close to your nose.
Getting old.
All right, question 1. This one comes from Chris. Hello, Chris.
Hello, Chris.
Not my wife, Chris. Another Chris. Chris with a C. What is something from British or American culture you wish could be implemented and transferred to the other instantly? Can we take the Prime Minister instead of what? Anyhow, no, we are not a political podcast.
We are not a political podcast, but it's crazy.
It's getting harder not to say anything. And by the end of this season, we might end up saying something because we can't sit idly by anymore.
I don't know what I might
Stop it. I can't listen to it. I
I haven't done a voice on this.
We've just lost 2 listeners. You know that.
We'll be fine.
We'll be fine. Be all right. What is something from British or American culture you wish could be implemented and transferred to the other? You know what? My one is one that I remember having to teach or just give a heads up when my family came over here and they drove a rental car.
Yeah.
Right on red.
Yeah. You can't do that in England.
No, you can't. If you're at a crossroads, a 4-way stop, crossroads, and you're in the right-hand lane, you can see perfectly if anything's coming into your lane from the other side, and you can turn right here. There, in England, you can't turn, which it would be left on red for the other side of the road there. But you can't do that there, can you?
No. Yeah, no, that was a weird one when we first got here. It was like, you're sitting at the light and then honk, 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 honk. What the hell is that guy honking at?
I still get it sometimes. I sometimes still forget. It just happened earlier on today. I was stuck at red. I'm like, oh, yeah, no, I can do that.
And there are some lights that you cannot turn on, but they put a sign up that says, and that's when you first realize, what do you mean no turn on red? Would there be red turn on red?
Yeah.
Oh, there is red turn on red.
Yeah.
Red turn on red. I said that backwards.
It's all right.
But you know what I mean?
Red turn on red would be...
Turn left on red for England, then.
Tur on dur.
Nothing's coming, I can go. Why am I waiting for nothing? Was that you backwards?
It was red backwards, dur.
Dur.
Dur turn on dur.
Dur nerd a nerd.
Who are you calling a nerd?
I don't know.
Oh, episode 1, we're doing high class.
That Welsh whiskey is kicking in.
Isn't it? Ba-da-da. What do you got? Anything that you would like to implement?
I don't know.
It's weird, though, that we did an American to English there. We usually go the other way around and try and teach the Americans something.
Yeah, I mean, what is, of course, for me, it's been so long since I've been there in England.
Yeah, if anyone wants to sponsor us to take Wayne back, he has not been back since the early 90s.
Yeah, I haven't. It's great, which is great. And I've had ideas to go.
Right.
Just, I need a sponsor to pay for me to go.
Who wants to do that?
I love that everything's so close. Like everything's, you can get to everything. Everything's in like a, like they don't really have shopping malls in England that I remember, do they?
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hang on. I need to correct myself there because my mum was saying one time when she went back, they went to Manchester and they'd done it all up.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm also mental. Hello, Albert Dock. With there's stuff down there.
We had one in Peterborough called Queensgate. I just saw some pictures of that, and it is completely different. They've just put a cinema in where John Lewis was.
Oh, all right. Yeah. And Liverpool's got all cleaned up, like the down by Matthew Street and all that stuff. That's where a lot of shops were. But
Blue Water was the big one when I left. Blue Water was down in Essex, Kent, around that way. You would go on a day trip down from middle of England, go down here.
I just don't remember that. I don't
think that was there when you were there. That was towards the end of my tenure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it
no
seems
one
like
goes
it's
to Bootle anymore. So.
We talked about things being close here, but although they're not, because you have to drive everywhere, seems to be you're more talking on the variety side of things. You've got stuff around.
Yeah, there's all kinds to do here. Whereas, in Liverpool, we'd have to go, out the way to go and do something.
Right.
Or we'd go to Wales,
Yeah.
or we're going to go down to London for the day instead of like, well, why can't we have a theme park in Liverpool?
Yeah, everything's built for convenience here a little bit more, which...
Yeah.
I mean, I can see the pros and the cons for it, because I do like where my mum lives. She's out in the countryside a little bit more. You have to drive to get a pint of milk, which is great. But also, on the flip side, if it's early on a Saturday morning and you need a pint of milk, you don't want to get everything on in the car and go out to Morrison's down the street.
Yeah, no, thank you.
But here... I mean, you just look on the street where we live, our main road, 27 there. We're very fancy with our street names. We live on a road called 27.
Oh, hang on. US
27, just in case we forget which country we're in. But how many Walgreens are within a 5-minute space?
15.
Our street does Walgreens, mattress shops, and dentists very well.
If you need a dental job and lay down afterwards, we've got your shops.
We've got you covered in our area.
Yeah.
Literally 5 of each within a 10-minute period.
Yeah.
But yeah, a bit of choice, a bit of something, a bit of ease of multiple choice would probably be a good thing there.
Yeah.
From British to American, Lord.
Brown sauce.
Brown sauce. I had some of that the other night, bit of HP.
How's the Parliament? I didn't forget that from season 1.
I think this goes in with the complaining thing as an opposite side of things. British people could show Americans how to step away from conflict a little bit more. We're very restrained in that way.
Well, depending where you're from.
Depending where you're from. Where
you get my face in Liverpool, I'm going to smack you in the face.
Yeah, but that's for smaller stuff like that. You don't... Some of the... We're not a political podcast, but you get where we're going on this one.
Yeah. I was trying to dodge it.
Yeah, I was.
That's why my brain slowed down.
But that's a good plane to go on to our next question. Question 2. This one comes from Glenn. Oh, it's our mate Glenn.
Hiya, Glenn.
Glenn got me a great poster, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Did we do that one on an episode?
No, I didn't. And I made a video, but we didn't post it. I think I sent it to him
I got a poster with 4 fork handles on it. 4 candles.
Yeah.
I loved it. I've got to find a frame
He
for
did.
that.
I sent him the video, and he was well made up.
It was great.
My mate Glenn.
That's from
He's actually in New York this week.
Oh, is he?
With his lovely wife.
Good old New York Glenn.
Yeah.
He asks, why do shops charge tax when you're paying? Why not just add it on to the price?
Yeah, I thought that was weird when we first came here.
I did too, and there's a genuine reason for it.
Did you look it up?
I didn't. Well, no, I didn't have to look it up because I knew it at this point.
Oh, okay.
The products remain the same price wherever you go, but each county has a different tax bracket, a different tax amount on merchandise.
Right.
So something that is $3.50 in one county, you can go to the next county along, and it's $3.20.
Yeah, they could still just put the price on.
They could still do it.
I used to hate that when I first moved here, and I was like, "Oh, that's $5.50. I've got $5.50. Yeah, that's $7 now. What?
Yeah,
just put $7 on there, so I know that it's $7.
But also, the tax rates change regularly.
But still put it on there then.
But then you have to relabel everything.
Oh my god!
I kind of get it. That's if you're a store that has set price things. You don't want to have to reprint and redo everything when the tax rates change because they do.
If you're like a Walmart, you mean?
Yeah,
I guess
because they do change regularly. Those little labels that they put on everything.
Yeah.
You know,
and then the markdowns. Now we're gonna change it all again.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the prices are going up here like they are everywhere anyhow. So we don't need any more of that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, we live in Lake County. Things are cheaper in Orange County. I like to get gas from places in Orange County versus Lake County.
I've never thought about it. I just get it where I need it.
Yeah, if I get the choice, I'll work out which county I'm closer to get.
I just got that one app. I'm not going to name it because it's not a sponsor, but they pay me for getting the gas now.
Oh yes, yeah. You've been doing that, haven't you?
Yeah, so that's been pretty good.
Yeah,
I've got $6 in my account now.
Blimey, you could buy the pints next time.
I know.
Actually, you can't. A pint's $7 now, isn't it?
$7, depending where you're going, what county you're in.
So
$8 Guinness. Give me a heart attack.
most I've paid for a pint in the US is probably about $14, $15. That's excessive. How much is that in the UK right now?
I don't know. How much are pints in the UK now?
How much?
I know that's a bit of a go.
We'll look at
6.
Yeah. We'll have a look at that one.
Yeah, crazy.
We'll do that if we do like a pub week or something.
Well, we should. Oh, well, we're going to.
Yeah.
You've said it. Let's mark that down. Pub week.
Mark that down. So there we go, Glenn. That's the answer on that one. It's not an interesting answer, but it's a factual answer.
Yeah.
And our last question comes from Amelia.
Hello, Amelia.
Hello, Amelia. As a musician and someone who wants to... Oh, this is her, I guess. We're not musicians. As a musician...
Speak for yourself.
You're not a musician.
I play instruments.
Which ones?
Guitar.
When was the last time?
Tuesday.
Really?
Yeah, I got an acoustic guitar that was in the office, and I thought, I'll have a...
And how long did you do it for?
About 20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. JC's playing ukulele.
I've known you 15 years. I've never seen you play the guitar.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, and you got a guitar?
He's got one right there. I'll give you a strum. Yeah.
This one?
Is it tuned? Is it tuned?
Probably not. Hey, bloody hell. I'm passing over a guitar to Wayne.
What happened to it? Did you set it on fire?
Yeah.
All right, Jimi Hendrix, calm down.
All right.
Is it tuned? It is completely out of tune, and it's missing the bloody string on top of everything else.
All right.
That is way out of tune. I'll just have to bar something.
It's so out of tune, I don't know if you're
tune.
actually playing it or not.
It's in D.
It's in... There you go.
Oh.
It was.
It's not even in D. It's in F shit.
Let's not slag off the producer in his own studio, shall we?
I've got one string to play on, mate. Wow, that would have been amazing if it was tuned.
Do it again. Can you play Happy Birthday? Oh, well, all right.
Yeah. On an
Good on you.
untuned
There you
piece
go.
of crap guitar.
No,
Yeah,
that's not a piece of crap. That's a nice one.
Drums. You know, I play the drum. Well, I haven't been on a drum kit in probably 10 years.
Well, then you can't play the drums.
Well, here's a British to American thing.
Yeah.
I was shown how to do some drumming from Ali Score, the drummer for A Flock of Seagulls.
Is that right?
That is a fact.
Get the flock out of here.
I have pictures.
Do you?
Yeah, of me in the studio with A Flock of Seagulls in 1984, maybe 84, 85.
I wouldn't know. I wasn't born
for their
then.
second album. Yeah, they used
Wait,
to...
hang on.
What?
85. You'd have been 9.
84. Yeah, playing drums since the age of 6.
And you were with Flock of Seagulls at the age of 9?
Yeah, I can show it on my phone.
Oh,
Yeah,
blimey.
Yeah. Flock of Seagulls and Frankie Goes to Hollywood and some other band. Ooh, there's a band called Afraid of Mice. They were amazing and should have made it.
You played
Phil
with Frankie
Jones.
Goes to Hollywood?
I didn't play with them, but
Oh,
they used
it's
to.
all
My
coming out
dad
now.
had a band rehearsal studio in a place called Flames, which is a fire station. And down in the cellars, he turned
course
them
it
into
was.
band rehearsal rooms. And the Liverpool bands and Manchester bands would come and rehearse there and then go off
Yeah.
and do gigs. Frankie Goes to Hollywood was one. Flock of Seagulls, of course.
Did he ever go
Go where?
to Hollywood?
Frankie? Probably sure he did.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was too relaxed. Sorry about that. Anyway, moving on. Maybe that's something we could do, talk about me episode and my weird stuff that I've done.
Oh, we're doing a whole episode on you, are we?
Maybe. Let's see. Let's see what we can do.
That'll be a Patreon one, patreon.com/fish and Brits.
We've got a Patreon. Did you mention that?
I did. As a musician and someone who wants to make it into the performance business, how was your experiences getting started and how easy or difficult was it?
Well, being a musician, don't really have much information about it.
No.
I know it's very difficult. My sister, who is a fan of our show, may I say, my sister Sean. There's a Welsh name for you, Sian, Sean, Welsh for Jane. Anyway, she...
we both have sisters beginning with S.
We do?
Sean and Sophie.
I'm glad after 15 years you've just realised that.
There you go.
But anyway, my sister, amazing voice, amazing singer. One of those voices that would stop a room type thing.
Right.
And she did have several opportunities to, to move forward with it and things like that. I don't want to get too far into it, but it's hard. As a musician, it's very hard. You have to know somebody that knows somebody to get your foot in the door, and then even then, it's still not a guarantee.
Yeah. And I mean, it says here, and someone who wants to make it into the performance business, so we'll open it up a little bit more. I I'm giving you the money here. I coach acting, and your best bet is just to get yourself out there. Just try anything. Nothing's too small when you're starting out. Get yourself out there, even if just to get something on a reel to record it so you can use it for promotion later on.
Yeah, that's great advice.
Easier here or in the UK?
Easy.
Oh, I don't know because
I've had more success
lots of
here.
Theater in UK.
Theatre in the UK is more prevalent, but here you can do a lot more variety of performance opportunities.
It seems more. Well, I can't say that. I almost said something that was not factual. But
I had this conversation with a director I'm working with the other day, actually. This is my benefit of being in America is I have been, and you can attest to this as well, I've been lucky enough to, for 15 years, be employed solely as an actor.
Yes.
Solely as a performer. I've been able to buy a house, have a family. I've got my wife, I've got my son, I've got retirement savings. All of that purely from acting. Yeah. I haven't had to wait tables. I haven't had to work in retail. I haven't had to do any of that. And I absolutely could not do in the UK at all.
Yeah.
Even the fairgrounds that I worked in the UK closed between November, December, January, February. Because
so then you got to find something to tide you over for the next.
And that's how I ended up here. Right. Because during that time, that was when I packed my bag and moved over here.
Right, yeah, it makes sense.
So I could not have done what I do now in England. I genuinely believe that. And I think some things, theatre and all of that, I think the quality is better in England. Just because it's a different system that it's brought up with. It's a different style of training, different professional outlook. But to be able to have the continuity that you and I have, the stability, I don't think we'd get that in England.
And saying stability, it's not really stable because every year our contract comes up.
Still, though,
we're
lucky enough that unless you do something really stupid, the fairgrounds don't kick us out.
True story. Yeah, that is true. It is a whole different. I wish we could talk more about the fairgrounds.
I know.
We absolutely cannot, and we apologize for that. But yeah, and then saying that there's people that are involved in television and movies, that look at the fairgrounds as like that's not real.
Yeah,
it bloody well is.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll give you $1,000 if you think you can go out there for 30 minutes to do what I just did.
Yeah,
go for it, man, and let me see what you do.
Yeah, the repetitive nature of what we do is a skill all on itself.
Oh, mate, it's.
I mean,
insanity.
Some of the ridiculous, the irony being that I had to come to America to be cast as the voice of the narrator for Peppa Pig Live, a British product that was being produced in America, and I myself am the voice of that one, of the live tour, and something that was booked from America, not England.
Yeah, weird, right? Crazy.
Peppa loves muddy puddles. There you go.
Oh, I just got tingles.
That's about $200 worth right there.
I bet you wish you could book more of those.
Oh, I tell you, if I could. That's my lucrative gig, that one.
Well, that's a great question.
So yeah, just keep... to get the serious side of it, keep plugging it, keep trying.
You just got to keep going.
When you're starting out, literally no job is too small. I know people will say, oh, don't work for exposure. Bollocks. Work for exposure.
You've got to be seen to be seen.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You've got to promote your stuff. That's another thing I have with part of going back to my wrestling stuff that I do. These guys don't promote the shows they're on.
No.
How is anybody going to come see you do what you do if you don't promote what you're doing? So promote your stuff. And any job is a job. It doesn't matter how big or how small it is. You never know what that small job is going to lead to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We've got guys that worked with us in the fairgrounds who are now doing exceptionally well in the stunt world, on movies and television, and it all started from fairgrounds.
Yep. And Amelia, I don't know if from your message if you're local to Orlando or if you're somewhere else in the US, but we know enough people who work remotely. So if you're still getting stuck, shoot us a message. We'll put you in touch with the right people.
Yeah, email us. What's our email, Adam?
Absolutely. Our email is fishandbrits@gmail.com.
Absolutely.
You can also get hold of us on the Instagram or the Facebook Messenger. There. And even us ourselves, we work as coaches. So, we'll promote that while we're at it.
Yeah.
That is the last question.
Those
right
were good
there,
questions.
Mate. Those
man.
were
For
good questions.
For the kickoff, that was good stuff.
That's it. Episode 1's in the can.
Wow, you're joking me.
We are back. Season 2 is there. We are ready to go. Thank you for joining us for this one. Don't forget, our new outlook for you guys is Patreon, www.patreon.com/fishandbrits. Right there. You can also catch us monthly on a Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. That is a local show here in the US.
Number one
and available all over the world, wherever you get your podcasts there. So make sure to check us out. You'll see us on our socials there, which gives you a good reminder. Check us on socials on Instagram, Facebook, depending on what day it is, whether TikTok's still working or not in this world.
If it's allowed.
Who knows at this point? But we would love to interact with you guys. We want to talk to you. Get your questions in as well. These questions that you've heard here, get them to us. We're going to put them on our socials again. But you can also go to www.fishandbrits.com for that link to put a question in for us, or just email us fishandbrits@gmail.com.
Definitely hit us up on our social medias. We're looking to reach out to you guys and talk to you personally. So if you want to actually talk to us and ask us questions, please fire away. Give us any input you have on the show. We'd definitely love to take it and run with it. And again, thank you all for joining us for Fish and Brits. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share us on Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts, baby. Hey, you know what? We'll see you next week, right?
Episode 1 in the can.
Cheers.
See you later.
Bye-bye. Fish and Brits. Fish and Brits. Fish and Brits. Fish and Brits. Woo!